The countdown clock will start in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And we are at T-minus 9 minutes and counting. And the ground launch sequencer has been initiated. All countdown functions are now automatically controlled by the GLS computer located here in the firing room. NASA Test Director Steve Payne is about to call for the transmittal of stored pre-launch commands. At T-minus 31 seconds, the ground launch sequencer will issue a command to Discovery's onboard general purpose computer redundant set launch sequencer, or RSLS software. The command Go for Auto Sequence Start enables the RSLS to reconfigure certain onboard systems for launch.
TLT, connect essential buses to fuel cells per your checklist.
T-minus 8 minutes and counting.
TLT, in work.
Pilot Jim Dutton is now flipping switches in the cockpit to directly connect the 3 fuel cells to the essential power buses.
OTC, TLT, essential buses connected to fuel cells.
Copy.
Good news, all 3 fuel cells operating normally. T-minus 7 minutes, 30 seconds.
Go for orbiter access arm retract.
And Discovery, OTC, it's time to light up the skies on your mission to expand scientific research on the International Space Station. Select rookies to ride a shuttle. This vehicle is about to go 17,000 miles per hour. Enjoy your ride.
Discovery copies. Thanks a lot.
Best wishes from Orbiter Test Conductor Lori Sally to the crew of Space Shuttle Discovery. T-minus 7 minutes and counting. The orbiter access arm has been retracted away from Discovery. This is the walkway used by the crew to gain entry into and out of the shuttle, and it can be returned to position within seconds should it become necessary. T-minus 6 minutes, 30 seconds and counting.
KRPS, start APU display recorders.
APU recorders are running.
TLT, perform APU pre-start.
TLT in work.
Orbiter Test Conductor gave pilot Jim Dutton a go to perform the auxiliary power unit pre-start procedure. The APUs provide pressure to the shuttle's 3 hydraulic systems, which move the main engines and aero surfaces during flight. T-minus 5 minutes, 50 seconds and counting.
OTC, TLT, APU pre-starts complete. 3 great backbacks.
Copy.
Everything normal with the APU pre-start. T-minus 5 minutes, 30 seconds. T-minus 5 minutes, 10 seconds and counting. APU activation will come in just a few seconds. T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
TLS is go for orbiter APU start.
TLT, perform APU start.
TLT in work.
The launch team has terminated liquid oxygen replenished to the external tank and is now initiating LOX drain back.
OTC, CDR heater reconfig is complete.
T-minus 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
OTC, TLT, APU start is complete.
Copy.
All 3 APUs are up and running. T-minus 4 minutes, 5 seconds and counting.
GLS is go for purge sequence 4.
The final helium purge of the 3 main engines is underway in preparation for main engine start. The final test of the flight control surfaces is being conducted. This is a programmed pattern of movements designed to verify the readiness for launch of all the flight control surfaces, the elevons, speed brakes, and rudder. And the main engines are being gimbaled through a pre-programmed series of maneuvers as a final test before launch. T-minus 3 minutes, 15 seconds and counting. T-minus 3 minutes and counting. Final pressurization of the external tank's liquid oxygen tank is underway.
GLS is go for ET LO2 pressurization.
And we are completing the purge of the shuttle's main engines. T-minus 2 minutes, 39 seconds and counting.
DOT, clear caution and warning memory. Verify no unexpected errors.
PLT inlet.
And the gaseous oxygen vent hood, or beanie cap, is being retracted away from the top of the external tank. T-minus 2 minutes, 20 seconds and counting.
Discovery, close and lock visors. Initiate O2 flow.
Discovery copies visors and O2 flow.
T-minus 2 minutes and counting. Liquid hydrogen replenish on the external tank is now being terminated.
GLS is go for ET LH2 pressurization.
T-minus 1 minute, 44 seconds and counting. All systems are go.
One minute, 30 seconds.
90 seconds away from the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery. T-minus 1 minute, 15 seconds and counting. T-minus 1 minute.
1 minute.
The ground launch sequencer will verify that the 3 main engines are ready to start. The booster joint heaters are being deactivated at this time. We're transferring to orbiter internal power. Discovery is now running off of its 3 onboard fuel cells. T-minus 38 seconds and counting. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start.
GLS is go for auto sequence start.
T-minus 25 seconds. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of the vehicle's critical functions. 20 seconds.
15.
T-minus 15 seconds and the sound suppression water system has been activated.
10.
We have a go for main engine start. 3 engines up and ready. 3, 2, 1, 0. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery, blazing a trail to scientific discoveries aboard Space Station.
Houston, Discovery, roll program.
Roger, roll Discovery.
This is Mission Control Houston. Space Shuttle Discovery is rolling into a heads-down position, putting it on course for 51.6 degree, 136 by 36 statute line orbit, and eventually the International Space Station. Discovery's 3 liquid-fueled main engines are now throttling down to reduce stress on the shuttle as it travels through the area of maximum dynamic pressure. Discovery is already at an altitude of 4.7 miles or 26,500 feet and traveling.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Roger, go at throttle up.
Traveling 1,000 miles per hour. Discovery's engines are now throttled back up and performing at full capability. At liftoff, the shuttle weighed more than 4.5 million pounds, and now 1 minute and 27 seconds into the flight, the main engines and solid rocket boosters have reduced that weight by about half. The solid rocket boosters alone are burning 11,000 pounds of propellant per second, and the external tank is now 3,000 pounds lighter than when it began. Discovery is now 21 miles away from its launch pad and 22 miles in altitude, traveling 2,700 miles per hour. All three main engines are working just as expected. The three fuel cells are generating power, and the three auxiliary power units are all producing pressure. In short, everything performing well. 2 minutes and 7 seconds into the STS-131 mission.
103 converged.
The booster officer in the Mission Control Center has confirmed the solid rocket booster separation. All systems continuing to function well. Two orbital maneuvering system engines on Discovery's tail are now firing as well, providing the shuttle an extra boost into orbit. The engine burn will last 1 minute and 44 seconds.
Discovery, 2-engine TOW.
Discovery copies, 2-engine TOW.
That call indicates that Discovery can now reach Morón in Spain should one of the three main engines fail. However, all three of those main engines are currently working well. 2 minutes and 59 seconds into the flight, and Discovery is now 79 miles away from Kennedy Space Center in Florida, 48 miles in altitude, and traveling at 4,500 miles per hour. Space Shuttle Discovery also seeing the first of many sunrises of the STS-131 mission.
Discovery, Houston, you are negative return.
Discovery copies, negative return.
Discovery is now flying too high and too fast to return to the Kennedy Space Center in the event of an engine failure. That's not currently a problem, however, as all engines are continuing to perform as expected. 4 minutes and 15 seconds into Discovery's flight. Shuttle's traveling 6,000 miles per hour at an altitude of 63 miles and is 181 miles away from Kennedy Space Center.